Hello everyone and welcome to today's healing subscription. Oh, I've got some rainbows on me, some little rainbows in my window. Day before Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day for those who celebrate. I hope that you have a really beautiful week ahead. But before we get to that, let's get to today's healing session. I think I'm going to have lots of sparklies on me today. New scenery for today, but that's all good. So today we have soul transformation therapy coming up. I have already drawn some cards for us and already done all the dowsing and checked what we needed. We are also using the Atlantean paddles with today's session. So I've got everything ready. I haven't done any analysis yet, and there's going to be a part where you may have to do some work on your own. So let's take it as it comes and let's start with today's session. So let's start with our tune in. Just take a moment to think about what it is that you would like to bring into your life. What would you like to manifest? What would you like to release? What would you like to clear? What would you like to heal? And just take a moment to think about what that is for you and how that would look. Once you know what we would like to work with in today's session, open your eyes and allow your eyes to gently rest on this Lightcode Activation. This acts as an activation, and it also acts as our connection for today's session. So we're all tuned in to the same frequency and with the same focus. This light code is for unconditional love. So allow your eyes to rest where they do, or perhaps trace the lines, focusing on what you would like to receive, what you would like to release, what you would like to heal. If you need more time, feel free to pause the recording. Okay, so let's go into the reading. Our first card that came up is the 11-2. Now 11-2 is about the life and death polarity. So our first card is the polarity card. This is to find where we are out of alignment with what it is that we're wanting to manifest, create, heal, release, whatever it is. So bring everything back into the context of why you are here today, following this healing protocol today. What is your intention? What is your focus? And then bring in the life-death situation on top of that. Now, the life-death or 11-2 has a double polarity to it. It's got the life-death, but it's also got the polarity of wisdom folly. So this is where we are wise one moment and foolish the next moment. So where do we make these foolish mistakes? Where do we get stuck in our thinking? Where is there loss and gain, loss and gain, loss and gain all the time? Where do we have heartbreak? How does heartbreak, job, status, possessions add in or connect with your focus for today? Is there perhaps fear of success, fear of failure? Where do you sabotage yourself? Could there perhaps be some codependency involved in whatever it is that you are dealing with? So just think about what that means for you and how it relates. Our separation card is the 3-3. Now 3-3 is also a polarity card. We've only got 7 polarity cards within the soul plan setup. We happen to have 2 of them now together here. When we have the combination of 11-2 and 3-3, it brings up a separation of a false self. it's usually seen as a protective masking. Where do you put up a mask or a front to show the world what you believe they want to see? I had to think about that so I didn't confuse myself. So this is where we put masks up. We want to appear courageous or strong, so we put our strong mask on. And we're hurting, but we can't show anybody we're hurting because we've got our strong mask on. How does that affect your life? How does it affect your work? How does it affect your relationships? How does it affect what you do, how you act, how you react? Remember, it takes a lot of energy to put armor on. If you think about these old armors from olden days, wars, these metal things that you had to put on you, it takes a lot of time to put that armor on. So imagine you're sitting at home, you get up in the morning and you put all of your armor on, and now you go to work. And you do what you need to do, and when you come home, you've got to take all of that armor off, and it takes a lot of energy to take that armor off again. At some point or another, you don't have the energy to do that, and you just go like, oh, stuff it. I've got the armor on, I'm just going to keep it on. So now that armor is sitting at home as well. You wake up the next morning with it on, and you carry that with you again. Just carrying the armor around with you as well takes up a lot of energy. So it takes a lot more energy to pretend to be who you are not than it is to just be yourself and live the way that you live. So hopefully with today's session, we can do a little bit of work around that and clear some of the work. So our healing session that we're going to be working with today, just want to show you the rainbows, the healing or correction that we're going to be working with is an archetype balance. I really like the archetype balance. It really gets you into a new place, new position, new way of thinking, and new way of being. So this is going to be your turn to do something. And pause the recording throughout the session. Feel free to pause, take a journal out, write down your answers, whatever you need to do. But this is going to be some work that you're going to have to do for yourself, and it's going to be worth it. So let's go into the healing portion. So I already checked what archetypes we needed. And the archetype that came up, the first archetype, is denial. Our second archetype is acceptance. So let's start working with denial. Let me actually just come back to video quickly and explain what we're going to be doing. So we've got two archetypes. That's the two main archetypes involved in today's session. Again, try and bring these archetypes back to your own goal. So the first one is denial. Where do you deny yourself? And the next one is acceptance. Where do you need to accept? Both of these archetypes are archetypal figures. You as denial, you as denial, and you as acceptance. Okay. So I want you to just look around the room where you are and look at where would denial be in the room. Just scan through, see where denial would be in your room. And if you don't have space, if you have only a tiny space, you can literally go, denial is here and acceptance is here. It's okay. But it is really important that we get you out of your current location. We actually need to get you into another location. So scan where denial would be. Would denial be sitting, standing, lying? What posture would denial be in? Where would acceptance be in your room? What posture would acceptance be taking? Sitting, standing, lying, whatever. Okay, so let's get into our session. So let's come and look at denial. So what I want you to do is I want you to physically move yourself to the location where denial will be sitting within the room where you are at. And again, if you don't have a lot of space, literally just shift a little tiny bit over to where acceptance or where denial would be. I want you to sit or stand or lie in the same posture as what denial would be in as well. So really allow yourself to take on the form of denial. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is really feel what it feels like to be denial impersonated. Okay, so you are denial. Allow yourself to really feel that and see that. While you're busy with that, I'm going to do some work with the paddles. Close your eyes, sit in that space of denial. And my first question to you is, what can I call you? So what is your name? How long have you been present in this person's life? What is the role that you play in this person's life? Do you empower or disempower this person's life? What do you think of the archetypal energy of acceptance? What do you think of this person? What immediate guidance do you have for this person, if any? And finally, will you help with the healing and forgiving of any people and situations that may have been involved? And it's okay to say no if you don't want to, but we would appreciate it if you would work with us. And you come back to the present time, back into your space. And let's come back to your original position where you were at. And just recall all the answers that came up. What was denial called? What was the name? That name is important. If you know the name, you can speak directly to that part of you. How long has this archetype been with you? What's the role that he or she has played? Because sometimes there's negative roles, but sometimes there's a protective quality. There's a reason for them being there. Just spend a time, if you haven't done this yet, to write down all of those things. Perhaps journal about each of those points. Pause the recording if you need to. And then we're going to move on to our next section. Right. So this time, we're going to move into the archetypal energy of acceptance. So again, find yourself in that location, move the actual location to where acceptance would be sitting, lying, or standing in the room. Take up the posture of acceptance, whatever that may be. Really feel what acceptance feels like. And get yourself completely, fully in that energy. And then when you're ready, you may close your eyes and just be fully present in that energy. So, my first question that I would ask acceptance is, what can I call you? How long have you been with this person? What is the role that you play in this person's life? Do you empower or disempower this person? What do you think of denial? What do you think of this person? What is the immediate guidance that you can give this person? And finally, will you help in the healing and forgiving of any people and situations that was present, that was involved? Again, it's okay to say no, but we would really like you to say yes. Okay, let's come back into the space again. Come back into the place where you were originally positioned. And recall the answers that you received. What is acceptance called? How is acceptance helping, or empowering, or disempowering your life? How long has he or she been with you? What's the guidance? So anything that you've journaled about that, keep all of that together. The information that you receive from denial and acceptance are very important, because this is where we get to see exactly where these archetypal energies come in, how they come in, when they come in, how they sabotage you, because now it's in the conscious. When it's in the conscious, you can do something about it. When it's in the subconscious, then we're just an autopilot. Okay, so we're going to move on into the next section, which is forgiveness section. And here we want to release anything from the past. This is also a little bit of a process, so let's move into that. Okay. So let's go with the forgiveness section. You can close your eyes. And I want you to imagine yourself in a favorite place. This could be a real or an imagined place. This is something that you associate with safety, and healing, balance, and protection. Know that this place is a place where only you can go. No one else can come here. People can only come into this place if you invite them in. So visualize yourself surrounded with a cocoon of light. This cocoon of light is both protective and it creates a sacred space around you. So I want you to invite in any and all of the people who inflicted hurt upon you. This could be from a long time ago, or it could be more from a recent past. Remember, they are coming into your space, so they have to do what you say, and they have to follow your rules and orders. Get them to line up. They have to comply. So, have a look at the people who's here and move to the first person involved. Take them by the hand and look into their eyes and say to them, I know you. I know who you are. I understand that you are a soul like me. Thank you for playing your part so perfectly, for staying in character, and for allowing me to have the experience that I had to have. Thank you for playing your part so perfectly. I love you. I forgive you. And I set you free. Now, if there is another person, repeat the process. If there are lots of people, you will repeat the process with all of them. So feel free to pause the recording if you need to. I'll go through one more just in case. Take the next person by the hand. Look into their eyes and say to them, I know you. I see you. I know that you are a soul just like me. Thank you for playing your role so perfectly, for allowing me to have the experience that I'm having, or that I had. Thank you for being that person who would allow me to have that experience. I love you, and I forgive you. And let the person go. Keep repeating this process until everyone is gone. Pause the recording if you need to. Now look to the side. You see a group of blank looking faces. These represent anybody that you may have hurt, consciously or unconsciously, as a result of being hurt yourself. Look at this group, and in your mind ask them for their forgiveness. They will understand, as their higher selves will witness, and they will forgive you. Take as much time as you need and pause the recording if you need to. Next you turn around and you see yourself standing there. Take yourself by the hands, look deep into your eyes, and tell yourself that you forgive yourself. Give yourself a big hug and merge with yourself, become one. Feel how your energy expands, how your heart center in your chest opens up. How you're feeling free, knowing that you are free from this day forth. And then coming back into this space. Well done. Okay, so I drew 3 more cards, and this is to see how the healing session for today will turn out. So let's look at the cards. First card is our opportunity. What is opportunity within the healing today? So the opportunity here is to step into a space of vulnerability and authenticity. This is a place where you are authentically you. No hiding, no pretending. You are you. You accept yourself. Wow, acceptance comes in there. I didn't analyze, we're analyzing now. So your acceptance comes in of who you are, and you are so acceptant of yourself that you radiate that out into the world. When you do this, it makes you charismatic and magnetic. People are drawn to you because you are exactly who you are. Okay. In the bottom of the card's bottom corner, you'll see there's a little word here. This one is Zu'ur. If you wanted to connect to this energy, you could chant that. Zu'ur. So perhaps something that you may want to consider doing. Our next card is the solution. So the solution is where the homework lies. This is about reflection. Now, usually when 14.5 comes up in the reading, it is about you reflecting other people. So other people come into your space, you reflect back to them who and what they are. But in this case, your solution is to clean your mirror. Clean your mirror. If your mirror is dusty and dirty and grimy, it's not going to reflect a good image back to you. You can't see who you are. So this is really about finding ways in which you can clean your own mirror so that you can see back who you are in a perfect space. When you can see yourself clearly, you can also reflect others clearly. This is associated with the gut, so perhaps also a good idea to do a bit of a gut cleanse, a colon cleanse or something like that. There is an affirmation for this. I'll read the affirmation. I am perfectly safe. I am perfectly protected. And I know deep at my essence, everything is perfect. Everything is okay. I am perfectly safe. I am perfectly protected. And I know deep at my essence, everything is perfect. Everything is okay. I am perfectly safe. I am perfectly protected. And I know deep at my essence, everything is perfect. Everything is okay. So something that you can work with. There is also a chant that you can use here in the bottom corner. No ora. Feel free to take the notes up or down, whatever feels good for you. So I will also give you in the description, I will give you some more homework or things to look at that you can use for this 14.5. Our result is a 21.3. So if you remember, our second card that we had was a 3.3. So that 3 quality that we had as a separation comes back again. Oh, by the way, 4 and 3 both are associated with abundance and wealth. And so if your question or your focus was anything to do with abundance and wealth, that would be something that you would obviously be struggling with in the beginning. So for 21.3 to come up here, it is a little nod back to that to say that that abundance wealth situation is going to change for you. So things are going to change in that front. If that was what your focus was, your focus may have been something different, but I just realized the little 3 coming up here. So the 21.3 is about stability, energy and endurance. So if you do your 14.5 homework, your mirror work, and you've stepped into your authenticity, then this is going to be the result, the 21.3. This is going to bring you that endurance and stability, stamina to keep doing what you need to do, give you the inner strength. It will be able to give you the ability to withstand your hardships. So whatever life throws at you, you'll be able to bounce back from that. It will help you to reach your goals. And so this is a really, really good one. You can step into a creative venture or something new on a creative front. Very, very intuitive. So stepping into intuition and perhaps stepping into a space where you can communicate yourself better and in a more clear way. So this is a really positive one, but we've got to do some homework. So you need to clean that mirror. So some of the homework that you may get with a 14.5 is really about stepping into working with your boundaries, setting up clear boundaries, perhaps doing some form of yoga that allows you to integrate body, mind, and soul. Become more aware of what you eat, how you eat, when you eat, so slow things down. And boundaries is going to be the big thing. And I will also give you some crystals that you can focus on to help you with this situation. So that concludes your healing session for today. We're going to just anchor that in very quickly with some eye rotations. We've done these before. You can take your ring finger and your thumb together. You use index finger and middle finger to tap behind the ears, and then you're going to eye rotate, looking up into all different angles, stretching the eyes as far as you possibly can. So just do that. Look up to the diagonal side, to the side diagonal down, bottom, and keep going all the way around. Reverse your direction. Stretch the eyes as much as possible, and do it with eyes closed as well. Looking in all those different directions, you really feel the stretch of the eyes. Stretching all the way around. And when you come back, you can release. You can open your eyes. And that concludes today's healing session. So I'll see you in our next session. Happy Valentine's Day, and sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Bye.